My name's Wade Millen. I'm the rodeo chairman for the Dixie Roundup this year. This is the 91st year of the St. George Lions Dixie Roundup, and the Sunbowl has been the epicenter of this event since 1947. We'd like to thank the community and the city officials who have helped this happen, the Lions Club members, past and present, and the community for pitching in and helping when they can. Well, the Lions started the rodeo in 1935. They've been working on it, and in 1946, or probably before that, a group of them got together and decided they wanted to build an arena for the community, something that they could use for not only the rodeo, but for football and other community events. And so in 1946, they started building this, and they completed it in time for the rodeo in 1947.
Local St. George cowboy and author Lyman Hafen said the idea for the Sunbowl came from then-Mayor Eric Snow and two others who were out on a Sunday stroll on horseback.
It was that little visit on horseback that led to the Lions being able to get a lease for that land from the city, and they started to build what is now the Sunbowl.
Back then, the Lions Club had approximately $10,000 in their coffers from saving it year after year, and they donated that to the building. And they also asked each member to donate $100 out of their own pocket, which back then is almost a month's salary, and everyone but two did that. They also went to the businesses and with about $35,000 to begin the process. It ended up costing about $40,000 total when it was all said and done.
After World War II, there was nothing stopping the project from moving forward. Over the next year, donations and hard work from dedicated crews brought the Dixie Sunbowl to life.
Reading back on the history, this is one of the first projects that they used the process called gunite, where they kind of stacked cinder blocks and then had a gun, kind of like they do for pools, and sprayed cement over it. It took less cement, which was a cost savings, which is pretty important back there. I mean, when they built it. But a lot of men, I think, reading, there was around 42 Lions members, but they also reached out to the community that helped out. They had the high school sports teams and the college sports teams come help level the ground for the rodeo. It was a big community undertaking.
The St. George Lions held a contest to name the arena, which ended up being the Dixie Sunbowl. Located in the heart of St. George, the new arena would be used for many activities over the years.
The idea was to make a rodeo arena, but one where they could play football, where they could play softball, have dances, graduation ceremonies, anything that needed a lot of space and lighting. And so that was the intent. And lots and lots of effort and blood, sweat, and tears were put into that place.
The Lions Dixie Roundup Rodeo is part of the PRCA Pro Rodeo Cowboys Association, the largest rodeo circuit in the world. A cowboy himself back in the day, Lyman has written about legendary cowboys as well as meeting them.
The first time I competed in the Dixie Roundup was the summer after I graduated from high school in 1973, in the September of '73, and I entered the bareback bronc riding. I was now the state champion high school bronc rider, and so I entered the professional rodeo, hometown rodeo, and I was behind the chutes with legendary cowboys. Joe Alexander, who is one of the greatest bareback bronc riders of all time. He was there. J.C. Trujillo and some other just truly people that I had only dreamed about, never imagining that I would stand behind the chutes next to them and ride with them. Well, I rode that year, and I actually placed just out of the money. It was just awesome to be able to, in your own neighborhood, right in the middle of town, be able to go to that place and see all these legendary cowboys compete.
We are in the wilderness circuit. We're one of the last rodeos of the year. It's pretty awesome because we get a lot of the good guys here. We've got a new stock contractor, Legacy Pro Rodeo. They provide some amazing animals, and they bring the cowboys.
As an author of the St. George magazine, Lyman has also published articles and books back in the day, many about the famous cowboys who competed at the Dixie Roundup Rodeo.
I wrote a book called Roping the Wind, which is my memories of the old cowboys of this area. And many of them were competitors in the Dixie Roundup as well. Chris Ledoux came to the Dixie Roundup. And at that time, Chris Ledoux was an aspiring bareback bronc rider. He wasn't well known. He was well known among the rodeo cowboys, and he was beloved among the rodeo cowboys. But I never saw him again until he came back to the Sunbowl again as a really famous Western singer. And he performed in the Sunbowl.
This will be the last year the Dixie Roundup Rodeo will be hosted in the Sunbowl as it stands today. Renovation will then begin on the new era and look of this legacy arena.
The entire Sunbowl will be removed right after the rodeo, and it'll be rebuilt pretty much in the same footprint. So we are under a tight timeline, and we need to have this done by the rodeo of the next year.
Thanks to the dedication of the Lions Club, the city, and community support, it's that Dixie spirit that keeps it alive today.
There's nothing quite like the Dixie spirit, and it's real, and there's a great place to capture that.
As we head into the 91st year of the Lions Dixie Roundup, and since 1947 here at the Dixie Sunbowl, we look forward to the changes and renovations that are going to happen here. We're excited for the future, and we can't wait to embrace it. We're thankful for the city and for the community supporting us, and for the Lions members making this happen every year.